Yo, what is going on, everyone? This is B-RAD the man, and today we're going to be taking a look at our second matchup in our Zombies March Madness tournament, and this one's going to be a fun one to tackle. We'll be looking over the matchup of the 5th seeded Moon and the 12th seeded Nacht or Untoten. Now, in order to make this series not go on forever, we are going to take a closer look at some of our bigger matchups in each round of the tournament instead of every single matchup. But don't you worry, every single vote is going to be counted in every matchup. And before I go into today's matchup, I wanted to let you know you still have time to put in your brackets. Just click the link in the description, it'll take you to the set matches. From there, you can fill them out and either send me a screenshot or the link to your filled brackets. And you can either put them in the comment section or send them to me through my Twitter. I also have the individual polls set up on my Twitter page, and you can vote for your favorite maps there as well. Link to the Twitter is in the description. And finally, if you could like this video, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter, that would be great. Now with that said, let's hop into it. Taking a look at the map design of these two maps, it is quite a shift. Nacht is one of, if not the smallest map ever designed in Call of Duty Zombies history, which makes all the sense in the world considering it was literally the first map ever, and it wasn't even an official part of the game. Nacht was unlocked to the player in 2008's World at War when the player completed the campaign. Then, when the campaign was over, they were met with this. It was a moment many hadn't expected, but it was the first spark that started the flame that is Call of Duty Zombies. Now, looking at the map itself, it's a small bunker consisting of basically 4 rooms, 3 doors, an easy to find mystery box, and 2 very difficult ways of survival, but we'll get to that later. The design is very basic, and there isn't much to look at outside the map with the fog and wreckage of vehicles. Inside though, it brings you an eerie feeling of loneliness. Now, Moon is a different story. Moon at the time was one of, if not, the largest map created at the time. You first start off at Area 51, where the player is met with a single perk, pack-a-punch, and a never-ending horde of zombies. Once you teleport to the Moon, the player starts to feel the air tighten, figuratively and literally. They are greeted with a spacesuit called the PES, quick revive, and not much room at all. Once you leave the spawn room, they are left to roam around a number of tight hallways, dark eerie rooms, and eventually power, which is right next to a giant pyramid for some reason. Again, we'll get to that later. If the player continues, they then find a couple of other spacious rooms. The Biodome, a green foresty area that allows you to breathe without a suit, or the Moon itself, which leads you to a teleporter that can send you back to Earth and Pack-a-Punch and a shifting perk. So, the designs are the complete polar opposites. But when it comes to map design, I'm actually going to give this to Nacht for a few reasons. Nacht is simple to the casual player, while Moon, it is very easy to get lost. The design of small hallways and rooms that kind of look the same also don't help. And the requirement of a spacesuit for basically half the map puts Moon down. Moon also loses points because despite how big it is, there's only one way of being able to fast travel, which is going past the teleporter and floating down to the pyramid room. That's it. Moon is a huge map, and there is only one mode for fast travel? Come on, man. Moon can be a struggle, whereas Nacht is a simple but beautiful design. In fact, so simple, it has been either a full map or a feature in 4 of Treyarch's 5 games, and it's just a classic map. Now, looking at the gameplay, again, quite a difference. Nacht was made to simply be a high round attempt, which got easier to do with each game. On Nacht, the best way to survive is either leave the help door closed, go upstairs for the box, and train in the spawn room, or the classic way, camping in the corner right next to the stairs. On World at War, your best way of survival was getting an LMG or the ray gun. Now, without other, good luck making it at all. On Black Ops 1, it was essentially the same thing, but with the addition of the Thunder Gun, which is a beautiful weapon. And in Black Ops 3, it was much easier to do with Gobble Guns, which allowed you to get packed weapons and other benefits, and the Wonder Fizz machine, which gave you random perks. And of course, the Ray Gun Mark II and the Thunder Gun are the two wonder weapons in the game. But other than trying for the weapons, just like the beginning of the game, it is slow as hell. The first few rounds or so, the zombies are the slowest fucking thing ever. That is something that I and many other players have hated since the beginning. And once you're set, there is nothing left to do but wait for your impending death. Now Moon is quite the opposite. You can go for high rounds very well, especially if you get the wave gun, which by the way is a fantastic gun. This weapon alone makes the gameplay worth it. It is a dual-wield zap gun that does infinite damage, but the wave gun part, however, when fired, cooks the zombies from the inside out, making them puff up and explode after a ding is heard. And this weapon is extremely reliable. I mean, check out this gameplay. I just hoarded up the max amount of zombies, fired one shot, and ended the round in literally 2 shots. It is powerful, it's funny, and in my opinion, the second greatest wonder weapon of all time, not including the stats from Origins and the bows from Horizon Drac. Now, we gotta go over Moon's strongest and weakest point, which is the Easter egg. Getting the Easter egg requires a lot of RNG, or random number generation. First, you need the wave gun, Gersh devices, and the QED, which is the most random device ever. And if you're not careful, you will die. You'll also need Excavator Pi to decompress, so it can be hacked, which is a cool feature by the way. But all in all, the RNG sucks, but once you get these, it's pretty simple. It's basically Simon Says, hacking stuff, throwing a ball around, filling some soul tubes at the pyramid, which I'm now going to call the APD from now on. Then you free Samantha, do more Simon Says, then watch the coolest moment ever in zombies history, which is the destruction of Earth via the rockets we launch at it. I'm just going to let this moment play out here.
Seconds to impact. Excavator online requires decompression of terminal minutes.
How cool is that? As far as the story goes, I'm not going to go into it. It's a long and complicated story. So, all in all, the wave gun and the Easter egg finale alone are just 2 giant reasons that I'm giving Moon the award in gameplay. And finally, looking at the fun factor, it's basically written in the gameplay. If you can get over the map design of Moon and deal with a cosmonaut, who is a giant perk-stealing asshole by the way, Moon is one of the best and most replayable maps ever made. Nacht is fun and chaotic with friends, but to continue to replay it over and over again could be very, very boring. Moon's story, weapons, and other cool features are amazing, and Nacht is a classic, but once you take off the nostalgia glasses, its replayability is very weak. So if it were up to me, Moon would take the cake in this matchup in fun factor and would easily move on to the next round. But again, it's not up to me, it's up to you. Be sure to send in those brackets, vote on Twitter, and follow me on the socials, and subscribe to the channel. You are not going to want to miss the next one. And also, check out our first matchup video of Horizon Drac and Voyage of Despair. And finally, I want to thank my editor Brianna for helping me out in this series. She's absolutely incredible. Please show some love for her in the comments below. But that's all I got for today. This is B-RAD the Man, signing out. Peace!